What's up, y'all? That is a great old standard session tune called The Red-Haired Lass. It's one that's been coming up recently a fair few times, and it's one we're working into a song with the band that I play in. So thought it'd be a cool one to break down. Let's dive in. This tune is a short reel, which means it's half as long as a standard Irish reel, so hopefully not as many notes to have to pick up, and it's fairly repetitive, so give you some opportunities to work in some interesting variations and some ornaments, which of course we'll get to. But let's start with the basic melody here, just the first section, nice and slow. Here we go. First chunk there. Hopefully you got that. Run that through, make sure you got it. The second section of the A part's still nice and slow, and then we'll come back and put those together so you get a whole concept of the thing. But here we go, nice and easy. All right, so then we'll put the two together and you get the whole beginning of the A part. So here we go. Third section there is a repeat, so again, still nice and slow. And then the last section is nearly the same as the second section of the A part, just ends slightly different. So here we go. So it just lands on that C natural rather than kind of resolving and turning back around. Let's run the whole A part now all the way through, nice and slow. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Success, hopefully. Hopefully you're able to get through all that all right. Let's take a look at the B part here. Still nice, easy, mellow tempo. It does start with a pickup here in the second part, and it jumps up in the second octave, so be mindful of your hearing as we get into that. But here we go, nice and slow. All right, that's the first section, and the second section has that same pickup, and then we'll carry on with that. Still nice, easy tempo. Those together piece by piece here, still nice, easy tempo. Here we go. Then, just like the A part, there's a bit of a repeat where the third section is effectively the same as the first. And here we go again with that, nice and easy. The last section then does differ from the second section of the B part, so it is significantly different. Here we go though, nice and slowly. So it sort of has a couple of slow, long quarter notes in there, and then a big jump up in the second octave, and then the turnaround to finish the tune. We'll play the whole B part all the way through, still nice, easy tempo, and then we'll come back and do the whole tune all together. So here we go, 2, 3. whole B part, right? Hopefully we got all that. Let's run the whole tune. Still a pretty mellow tempo, but we're going to run A, A, B, B as you would at a session. And if there are any spots that jump out at you where it's kind of coming off the rails, be sure you pump the brakes, go back and work just those specific things, and then come back and do the whole tune as a whole. But hopefully you've got this as a reference and a practice tool. You can just run this against me playing and see how it goes. So here we go. Nice and easy. 2, 3, 4. Yay? Hopefully that worked. If not, again, go back, run some spots that were, a little goofy. Use that as a tool and just kind of get it a few times and see if you can't lock that down before we dive in with the ornaments and variations and stuff. A lot of quarter notes in the beginning of this A part, and every time I run into one of those, I will tend to do a short roll on that. A couple of other cuts in there as well that you can do, but you certainly don't have to do. I usually start off with an extra cut before that short roll, not always. You could do a slide into that too if you wanted to, just a couple of options to mix it up. But the short rolls I think have a really nice punchy effect because this is a very punctuated kind of a tune. Yeah, I'm not really doing a whole lot else ornament-wise on that little run. I'm doing a bit of tonguing to give it some separation on some of those notes, some specific ones that I think sound good with the tune, but no real rules on that, and certainly not a lot of extra fluff that I would have a need to throw in there. Really, both times through, I would, especially on the first time I'm running through that tune, I would make sure that it's fairly consistent and really rhythmic, because it's a very rhythmic-y kind of punchy tune. Could do a triplet there as you jump up to that second octave. That very rhythmic triplet, which if you're not familiar with that one, B, C natural, bouncing off of a G accidentally. And up tempo, it's got that really cool rhythmic effect. So you could use it in either of those spots as you're turning around from the second octave back down to the first. The B part then jumps up into the second octave, and so anytime you're up there in the top 3 notes, you're going to want to be a little bit more careful about the ornaments that you choose. And you're going to want to have some confidence in your whistle and your ability to hit those ornaments clean, particularly cuts, because it's very easy to break those top 3 notes, the G, the A, and the second octave B. So, hit them cleanly. Nothing real fancy there other than, hopefully, good, clean cuts on that second octave G. The second octave G in this tune being the highest note in the phrase, an expression I use all the time, and I do want to accent that, so... And then you got a nice little roll on that E in between those high G cuts, and I think that's kind of a cool sound. Could do slides instead of a cut. And in fact, you might want to have the first time through this tune be the very rhythmic-y, double cut, sharp, very punchy kind of way. And then the second time through might be very slidey and very smooth. So you might keep that as an option for a second time through. As I finish that phrase, I do like to throw in a roll on that B And I won't do it every time, but just sometimes to break up the bum, 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 ba-da-dee-up-ba-dum. So I'll do, again, not every time, but you know, another way to mix it up a little bit. So let me know what you guys think of this tune. It's a great classic one, and it's a short one, so hopefully an easy one to get, and a good one to add to the old repertoire to bust out at your next session. Let me know what you think. Guys, I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers.